Dang, you got candles on, bro. It's fucking romantic.
It's because fucking Sophie smells like an ass, bro.
No, this one, yeah?
Well, we couldn't all this fucking week, but like it's really starting to like bother me. And it's like, you fucking stink. Like, you need a shower. So we're waiting on probably tomorrow. But yeah, she stinks like a little kid, like in you remember like when kids are starting to go through puberty and they stink but they don't know. I mean, I never went through that. My little brother though, holy shit. I would walk into his room over there at my parents. I walk in, it fucking smells like an ass's ass in here, bro. What the fuck? And I'm like, you have deodorant? He's like, yeah. I'm like, have you put it on? He's like, no. I'm like, adelante, bro. Like, he's got like 3 of them, and all of them fucking package sealed. I'm like, fucking use one, dude. Like,
Dude.
it's true, dude. Like, he's like, some people don't know they stink until you tell them. They're like, oh, this is what you want.
I smell fine.
Welcome, motherfucking, back to CharroBeans podcast. I just wanted to come in.
That shit hurt.
What hurt?
I don't know, like, that's...
You can hear those?
I don't know, something was hurting.
No, I wanted to make an explosive entrance because we are back with the podcast. It feels like every time we take like a week off, it feels awkward for me because I'm like, I already know that Monday, Tuesday is like edited and posting it and promoting it and all that shit. So like when I didn't do shit last week, I'm like, what do I do with myself?
It's like when you've been working out and then you don't work out for a week and you come back, you're like...
I'm weak as shit.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it right now. I didn't go back to the gym. I haven't been in like 2 weeks, dude. But there was a life event, obviously, that happened here. And the whole reason we fucking canceled the podcast last week.
What happened?
I'm like, I'm getting married. Remarried.
We're married.
Don't tell my wife. No. Like we said last week, we weren't here around. So the reason is it decided to be Alaska in Fort Worth, Texas. No, Texas in general.
Texas, Alaska.
It was very weird. I mean, up here, nothing really happens as far as heat, like super, super hot, and then it gets cold. But snow isn't in the picture as far as Texas weather. So as of last week, we weren't able to do this. I mean, that Monday, like outside looked like Antarctica, like straight up. What?
Nothing.
What?
Exageras, bitch, you saying?
Dude, did it not?
It looked like Alaska. I'll give you that.
Have you seen Antarctica? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's snow. I mean, there's no penguins in Alaska?
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not. Look it up. No, but it did look very, very different. I mean, today, it was in the 70s? Yesterday, too? So we're back to normal spring weather. I mean, it's not technically spring yet, but for sure, like, it is very different today than it was a week ago. A week ago, which is last Monday when we would have done the podcast. I told you. It would look very different as far as the climate. I mean, today is it was 70s. The sun was out. There was no indications that last week there was a blizzard of any kind, but sure enough, there was a blizzard all last week. So that pretty much threw everything off the board. You know, like we couldn't drive. We couldn't.
I mean, we could drive.
You shouldn't drive when it's like. Did you drive?
Couldn't. Nah, I didn't go out for like 5 days.
Yeah, I did.
I was like, no.
You'd be surprised how little you will do when you know you do not have to go anywhere.
I was hibernating. I was just in my room. I was like, me dicen cuando cabe esta mal.
I mean, it was an ice age. It really kind of felt like that. Like,
excuse me.
As far as what happened, during the week, a lot of nothing happened as far as charro wise. I mean, everything that happened was straight up like, this is the only thing you can do. Stay inside and try to stay warm. Like, that was the only thing you can actually like look forward to. So we're going to try our best to like kind of frame the situations that we kind of went through, especially since we missed an episode last week. So we're going to try our best to frame this and give you a timeline of the events. Right?
Right.
Is that a good preview?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like day one. Right.
Day one, 2:43 p.m. I sat there on the toilet waiting. We're taking it back.
I'm like skip.
All right, not that far back. No, it was very crazy because, like I said, Texas isn't the type of environment to really go that hard. I mean, when was the last time it snowed here? You've been in Forward longer.
I was in high school when it snowed.
So it's at least, what, 8 years, 7 years?
Yeah.
Something like that. The last time it snowed, like actual snow in Texas. So Texas isn't the type to do that. You know, it's either very, very hot or it's very, very cold, depending on, you know, what month of the year it is. But I mean, snow is kind of unheard of. I mean, the last time I saw it, I was young too. I was in high school, like where you could actually like pick it up and it's snow. It's not ice or anything like that. Like it's straight up snow. Like
yeah, I had to go home early because if it snows in Texas, you go home like
yeah, like
everyone freaks out because no one's used to driving in snow either, you know.
And then that's the thing too. A lot of people have been talking about that Texas, you know, they weren't prepared to this. It's because we're not prepared. Like that's not what we're about in Texas. You know,
our pipes don't have the insulation for that. Like houses don't have it. Houses were struggling to stay warm.
The houses are built to keep you, you know, cool. That's why they're insulated the way that they are. You know, in those summer months when it's 100 plus, you know, our ACs are trying to like keep us cool. You know, so when you switch it to heat, they're like, whoa. Heat. It's like, what do you mean heat?
Yeah.
What is that? A band? No, like it's very different. Like your heater is like doesn't work this hard. It never has to work this hard. Because I mean, this was like a historic blizzard type shit that happened, right?
Well, apparently it has happened before, but it's just like rare. Like
it's very rare I mean, okay, so like going back to all this, the last thing I can remember is, you know, we had a normal week. The week like last Monday we would have talked about the week before, you know, what went down, you know, that weekend, which wasn't much, you know, like our planta's open like always, so we played, but nothing really went down. All I remember is leading up to that week, the temperature was set to drop, like straight up. You know, you have your weather app, you know, and so it was just like, it was already cold that week. So, but the cold here right now in these months gets like 50, you know, maybe 40s, but every day it was like declining slightly. It was like 30, 20, 10, and like the lowest that I saw was like -1. I was like, hey, hang on. Who's smoking crack at the meteorologist? He's just like putting shit. He's like, oh, I had the coordinates to Michigan. Sorry, like somewhere where it's actually cold, you know.
Yeah.
But every day it looked like it was gonna get colder. Like, did you see where it said that it was supposed to like snow? Like, did you see that?
Yeah.
Because I mean, everybody was talking about it, but like I said, I wasn't really believing the hype because like it just doesn't snow here.
I remember thinking like, nah, it's not that bad. I think it was when we finished on Saturday because we made a racetrack, and I remember
and it was cold.
I remember it's not that bad, and then my windshield was a little bit dirty, so I turned on the water to like rain on it, and it just like it just fucking like froze like as soon as it touched the windshield.
Because it was cold outside.
So
I mean,
fuck.
When I drove from Forward to Denton, I felt that it was cold, but not cold enough to wear a jacket, and when I like a regular jacket, like to keep myself warm. So when I got into the van, like when I was walking over there, I was like, you know, it's pretty cold. And then we drove up to Whitesboro, Texas.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit farther north. So on our way over there, you know, it just felt normal. But once we opened the door, that shit hit you. Like the cold felt like when you open the freezer or some shit.
Te pegó, like,
yeah.
Como si le debieras dinero. Like it hurt, like because that happened on Friday night, because it started getting cold on Thursday.
Well, yeah, there was ice. I mean, Fort Worth was in the news just because there was a huge crash.
Right.
And the reason is because, like I said, a lot of these roads aren't really prepared in the right way. I mean, who knows what it was? I don't know.
Ice.
I mean, yeah, it was black ice, but I meant like I heard also that they weren't sanding the roads or salting them. But point is, like,
I guess we all just thought it wouldn't be that bad.
Like it started Thursday night, like where the cold started coming in, and there was a huge wreck. You know, A lot of people there was like 100 cars that piled up, like right there by
my house.
Yeah, by my parents' house too. Like they all live in that area, so it was very close to home. But the cold wasn't something that we really expected to go this hard. You know what I mean? So when that was on Thursday, Friday we went to the planta. It was still cold, but nothing had happened yet. Saturday, you're saying we went up to Whitesboro to play that gig, but like I said, when you open the door, the cold hits you. And I remember this too. I was so concerned with like getting everything and like getting there on time that I forgot my jacket.
Oh yeah, you did. Dude, you scared us.
My mariachi traje, like my cycle, right?
Yeah.
And I remember too, is because I had all this shit, and I remember just thinking like, when you just you're in a hurry and you have to take more things that you need to,
okay,
you automatically feel like you have everything, because I had both hands full, so I was like, oh, I have everything, like in my head. And it's funny because like on my way there, that's when I noticed, like I was like, fuck, I got lucky though, because one of the guys in the mariachi said he would bring his dad's.
You fucking scared us, dude, because you said like I have bad news and better news. I'm like, oh, it's still. I thought you like crashed or something. I was about to take the exit to be like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go like do whatever I can.
I'm like, can you get me?
Pinche vato. Like, and then you're like, I forgot my jacket. I'm like, don't do that, bitch.
Oh, and I'm gonna be late, by the way.
Yeah,
because that's what I said.
Because I thought that's what you're gonna say. You're gonna be late. And I'm like, we know, bro. Like,
get to the point.
Yeah.
No, it's just it was like I said, like the jacket, I left it, and I was just in a hurry. So when I got over there, and when we got Whitesboro, we got out of the gig, and I was waiting on Boy to get there so he can give me the jacket too. But so all I had was the white shirt, and I actually wore a thermal that day too. Like I wore like an undershirt, like ready for the cold. Because it was, it must have been the wind chill, but that shit hurt. Like like you said, that shit hit you like they owed you money.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like on Friday night, we played. Nobody went because it was that cold. Like,
was it all of us?
Yeah, it was all of us.
Yeah, everybody was.
But like people didn't go. They were like 3 tables.
Oh, to that party?
Yeah. No, on Friday night at the restaurant.
Oh, at the restaurant. Oh yeah, because the cold was starting. I guess some people understood that.
And then we just when we're putting up the stuff, right? And usually sometimes we talk outside. We
outside
just
the van.
Having like a casual conversation, and we're like, all right, good night. We're going.
Yeah.
Home. But this time we stood there for like a minute, and we're like, all right, we're going home. Like the cold was just hitting our faces so hard, like it hurt. Like
I'm like, it's not worth talking to you guys.
Yeah.
if I'm gonna have hypothermia.
I was like, just said in the group chat, like,
I'm heavy, son.
Yeah.
Send me a message. I'll send it. I'll send a gift.
I'll leave you in red.
Anyway, but yeah, the cold was slowly coming in, and like I said, I still always underestimate it because I'm just thinking like Texas isn't the type of place to get this cold. So when we went out to that gig, luckily it was in like this little barn, right? So we went to this little barn, and luckily they had like those things that they have at the restaurant where like you turn it on, but it looks like a big flying saucer.
Mm-hmm.
That they heat up the room.
Heater?
Yeah, but it's one of those big ones,
Yeah.
and they had us in there, and like I said, luckily it was cool. But man, the people cannot be more boring, dude. Like they did not care that. I mean, the lady that was pumped was the one that hired us, but like everybody else was like whatever, like we would play a song, and they're like,
I mean, they were asking for songs, right?
The lady was, and her husband, but like everybody else there. I mean, it was a birthday. No, there was 3 or 2 different birthdays there. Like I don't remember exactly, but there was a bunch of people that had parties or birthdays there. But all I remember is that they just weren't hyped, dude. And it took a while for people to get there too, because we started early. Well, we got there early. Remember?
Yeah.
We got there like at 4.
We were just chilling in the van.
We were just chilling in the van. And the lady came out. She's like, "Oh, y'all are here." We're like, "Yeah, like we're ready to go. If you want us to start." He's like, "Well, nobody's here."
Yeah.
We're like, "Fuck, all right." Because it was supposed to be a 2-hour gig. It was from 5 to 7. That's what it was.
It was a 2-hour gig.
It was a 2-hour gig.
Was it not?
No, that's what I'm saying. It was a 2-hour gig.
You made it sound like we didn't.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 2-hour gig. Like, so we played 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which was fine, but like I said, when it's like that, you just. I mean, we give it our all, but it's like, if they don't have any sort of response, like it's hard. You have to mirror our energy,
Mm-hmm. You have to reciprocate.
Yeah.
I remember that atole was really good.
You like that thing?
I love that.
I did.
Because it tasted like a little bit like arroz con leche, but then it tasted into atole, and I'm like,
I couldn't get past the. It just looked very sus, bro.
What do you mean sus?
It was white and milky, but in the wrong type of milk.
What?
It was like. It looked like dude butter.
Pero te lo chingaste todo.
No, I took a couple sips.
All I heard was like.
It. Maybe it's just me. Like, do you like atole?
No, well, I don't prefer it, but this one was really good.
This one tasted like. This is the same reason I don't like coconut water. You ever had?
Yeah, I don't like coconut water either.
Why
but that one tastes ugly though.
I don't like. It's the consistency, bro. Like I don't like coconut water because it feels like you're drinking loogies. Like that consistency of the freaking like that's what I imagine when I'm drinking coconut water. Like I've drank it twice in my life and I'm never drinking it again.
Like, my real question is, how do you know what that tastes like?
I don't, and I don't want to know. Like, but it was thick, bro. The consistency of that atole was thick. I took a sip and I was like, and it was lukewarm. Like it wasn't warm, it was lukewarm. So it was already like sus already right there. So I was like, you know what? I lo dejo.
Yeah.
But point is, it just wasn't a good time. So I pretty much left it there, and I didn't ask for it. I asked for a water, and she brought me atole.
Oh yeah,
that's two different drinks.
I think it's because I asked for atole, and she's like, "You're all getting atole."
I'm over here like all like gas, like I need some water, some H2O, ma'am, please. But like the lady was nice. She was.
That was
cool.
an interesting gig.
Why?
I don't know, because it didn't seem weird to you whenever the guy came to talk to us before the gig. Remember that?
He pulled up to the van. I forgot about that.
But he looked very nervous.
I couldn't see. Oh, you were in the front
seat.
Like
when I was looking at him, I'm like, were you scared, bro? Like, cause he was like stuttering, and then he was just he had like awkward moments of silence.
Cause he's cold, bro. He was like, cause it was cold as shit outside.
There, bro. Oh. But I just kept looking at him like, ¿me tienes miedo, güey? Like, dime, like.
You're like, boo.
Yeah. Boo. No, but I was like, it all made sense at the end of that gig.
Yeah, this dude ended up proposing.
Yeah,
right there.
It shook us all, bro. Like I did not know what I was feeling. I was like, I'm so happy, but like, why is this happening? Like, like
there was no warning.
Yeah.
Usually when people have proposed with us, like we've been made aware of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think he had told our boss.
No, he didn't tell us.
He didn't tell him either? Oh,
no,
okay.
I told you. Like, he just looked at us really weird, and he told us, hey, like, avísame when you're, like, about to finish, or, like...
Oh, he said that? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
But he never told us, like, hey,
why?
I'm gonna propose.
Oh, okay.
I think he gave us, like, some other, like, bullshit excuse. Because I was like, you're very sus, bro. Like, you're just, like, talking to us, but you're, like... Estás hablando muy serio, and you're like...
What are you about to pull, bro?
Yeah, and our boss is like... like he's very like straightforward, so he's just like, pues el jale es de las 5 a las 7, so 10 minutes before, like he told him something like that, and he's like, no, sí, pero que me avisen a mí, and I'm like,
all right, bro.
Yeah, we're like, okay. Like,
and then it made sense when that dude like we were playing a Banda de Meses song. I think it was like Mi Razón de Ser or some shit. Motherfucker pulls out a ring. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
I was like, we were all very surprised. Like he got me by surprise.
Yeah.
Like, I would have said yes. Like,
right? You're like, I do, bro. He's like, you don't have to ask twice. No, but yeah, he ended up just getting down, proposing in the middle of this party. They started clapping. They were like, oh, and I was like, oh, y'all know how to clap? Okay,
but
cool.
They didn't. No, it was only for like a little bit too. Like she didn't get all the hype either.
Right? Oh, that's true. They clapped. They were like.
And then they came back to eating.
They went back to their conversation like, oh, como te dije, la tía no, pues está loca. And then, they start going back. They start going back to their conversations, and it's like, dude, hype them up, like, they just made the most horrible decision of their life, No, nobody.
I haven't been there, so.
I'm like, I love you, babe. No, but yeah, it was just very crazy because it was like, yeah, it was surprising. And then you kept bitching about your feet, no?
Excuse me?
Cause your foot.
Yeah, my feet.
Your foot
my
hurt.
feet were freezing.
Cause it was.
I
cold.
mean, I know, bitch. You know, I was not what.
You were trying your best.
They were cold. Like I was telling you, like you weren't cold.
Your legs were shaking, like like when like you just start shaking, like you're scared or something. But you kept saying that your feet were cold. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, I couldn't feel my toes.
I'm Gucci, bro.
Couldn't feel my toes, and I feel fat. I feel bad for the mic, cause they were like getting tacos, and we're like, nah, we're good. And then he's like, I mean, yeah.
he does the who does that too? Don Luis.
Yeah.
In the group, both of these guys are the older cats in the group.
Yeah.
But these guys were making tacos or some shit, right? Every time the gig like I left right away. The gig finished, so I started leaving. I was like, I don't like to linger because then they start asking for pictures, they start asking for another one or whatever, So I like to dip, and I wasn't feeling the tacos. Like I didn't want any tacos, right? So
I was hungry, but I'm like, I'm gonna eat after this, so I'm not gonna,
All I remember is that Don Miguel did say that like, is anybody else gonna eat? Mm-hmm. And then he asked me, and I was like, no, like I'm good. And he like luego is like, I guess I won't either. Yeah. Like he'll go if you go.
Yeah.
He's like, if you go, I'll go.
Because I don't think they want to feel like they're like holding
the only ones,
making you guys wait or something like that.
I don't know, because Don Luis does that too. He's like, I'm gonna get un plato, Sammy, and I'm like, no, like I'm good. He's like, bueno. I'm like, fuck, I guess I'll go with you. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit. Now I kind of feel bad. Like, yeah. I'm not letting them get their nutrients, and it's all my fault. But yeah, they ended up getting. You got some, right?
No, Arturo got some from me apparently.
Oh, those weren't yours?
No, because he walked in with like 4 tacos, and I'm like, no, provecho, bro. And he's like, no, I cometelos. I'm like, what? He's like, I just got him because I think he just wanted Don Mike to eat. So I think he just got him.
Oh, he just got him.
Like, stay with him. Yeah.
Oh, so he gave you all of them? He didn't even eat any?
No, I ate 2, and he's like, yeah, 10. And he's like, nah, I don't want them. I'm like, what? Like, these are for you. But I guess I don't know what he was going for. So that's when we told you, like, Sammy, and you're like, woo.
I told you, I was like, I didn't want tacos, but they're like, pásaselos.
Yeah.
And then you guys passed them to me in the van, and I was like, well, I ain't no bitch, how you doing? Like I ate them, but like I wasn't hungry. Me los chingué los dos, I even licked up the salsa.
That's what that was?
Yeah, but I wasn't hungry. I mean, I'll tear it up, you know what I mean? But like I wasn't like looking to eat. Like I really wasn't. I think I had a plan to like get food later that day or something, because we ended early. Yeah. I mean, 7 to 9. I ended up getting home like at 9 or 10. Little did I know that would be like the beginning of like not doing shit, because like I remember just thinking like, man, I'm here early, like I don't know what to do with myself. Little did I know I was about to do that for a week, because like as soon as we were done that Saturday, we had an early day. We've been, like I said, work's been real slow lately, so we only had that one gig. We had another one afterwards. We had one from 8 to 9 that Saturday, I remember, and it got canceled because of the weather, because people were bracing themselves for it. Because by the time we finished that gig at 7 in Whitesboro, it was cold. Like, it was getting colder progressively, right? So by the time I got home, it was freezing, right? And I remember I got home here early. I took my dog out, so she can go pee. And I could see, like, little specks of whatnots, coming down from the sky. And I remember just thinking, like, I told you, I took, like, a mental picture. I was like, if it does snow, this is what it looks like right now, currently, right? So I just looked, and I was like, I can see the grass, I can see the dirt. Okay, I have like that mental picture in my head. So when I went to sleep, all I remember is there was stuff coming down, and that's it. But it's very rare that it actually sticks because it's so tiny, especially here in Texas. When it does, usually when something falls from the sky like that, like it doesn't stick because it's wet, because of it like rains, or it's just precipitation that comes down. So the snow doesn't, no se acumula. It doesn't,
or it's not cold enough to stay like frozen.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just thinking, okay, whatever. So I ended up going to sleep later on that night. I woke up and it looked like fucking Narnia, bro. Like
that makes sense.
Because like I woke up and the trees were white. The tops of houses were white.
Yeah, dude.
My backyard was all white. My front yard, the tops of my truck, my wife's car, everything was white. So I was like, oh shit, fucking.
You don't think that's us?
I was like, where's Mr. Tumnus? Mr. Tumnus?
Who's that?
From Narnia.
Which one is that one?
James McAvoy. You know what Narnia is?
I know what Narnia is. I just don't know the character names.
Mr. Tumnus is the one that's James McAvoy, and he's half man and half. He's got the hooves.
The little centaur thing, whatever.
Yeah.
They're not centaurs, but okay.
That's Mr.
Like
Tumnus.
half animal. Oh, okay.
That's Mr. Tumnus. Yeah. So I expected that dude to walk by. Like, what's up? You know, because it did look like that. It looks like some fairy tale shit. Frozen. That was the word. Disney. Frozen. It looked like Frozen outside. It was Frozen. Elsa was out there like.
Dogs were loving it though, because when I had to go to my car to get some shit, and I hated every moment. I was just like stepping like I hate this shit. Like it was so fucking cold. But the dogs, my neighbor's dogs, were just like standing there. They were like chilling.
Oh, the ones that are outside?
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't send you that
No.
snap. Yeah, it was like the dog. He was just like letting like the snow fall on him.
Uh-huh.
He just like "Cuál frío," you know. Like,
I mean, because the time I woke up, it wasn't snowing anymore. It was like a little bit snowing, but not that much, you know. And I thought this was the most we were gonna get because like outside looked, you know, I could still see the grass, but it was covered. But I could see grass, I could see green. But no, dude, it kept getting like more and more snow. Little did I know, like it was gonna keep coming, like a lot more. Like it started looking like a blizzard eventually because me and my wife, like it was Valentine. This is Valentine's Day.
yeah.
This is Sunday, last Sunday on Valentine's Day. Good thing I got her something like before, because like imagine like that guy that didn't get shit for his wife like on Valentine's Day and wakes up Sunday morning like fuck, where the fuck he gives her like an atún from the pantry like here you go, I got a corn too,
I paid the bills. Happy Valentine's Day.
He's like congratulations, we're not getting evicted. Paid the mortgage.
He's like he went to sleep and then he's like I just wake up early, go to Target, you know, get some stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
He wakes up, he's like.
Whoever postponed was fucked that morning, you know. So it was
another thing for them.
It was just a white Valentine's Day. It was so it was cool because like me and my wife went to the park, we ran around and shit. My dog was hyped. She had never seen snow before. She was all trying to eat it the whole fucking time. She was like, no. I'm like, hey, no, and she just kept going back like, she's like, this tastes like water. Crunchy water. But yeah, she was all into it, you know. Like I said, little did I know that was going to be like the beginning of doing nothing, because that was Sunday. Then Monday got canceled for me, like for work. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all of those days got canceled, dude. So I didn't do jack shit. You'll be surprised how little you will do when you have nothing.
You can do anything. I mean.
No, like, I mean, I could do various things that could be productive inside this house.
Oh, yeah.
Except,
I mean,
it was too fucking cold. Oh, and I didn't even mention that too. Like, right before the shit hit the fan, like with you know, the winter weather, my heater broke.
Oh, yeah.
My heater wasn't working. It was 20 degrees outside. In the inside of my house, I don't have a thing that says how cold it was. It had to be like 40 or under degrees because like you could see your breath in here. Like inside my house right now, I could be like, and you could see it. You know, I was like, Corona.
Whoa!
All the particles, bro.
Excuse me.
Top secret. No, but you could see like my breath inside the house. Luckily, we got it fixed like that Friday. Because imagínate, like no heater during this shit, which a lot of people went through. Because like these houses are meant for this kind of shit.
There was no power.
So I mean, how did you? I mean, I didn't do shit all week. You said people were calling you?
Yeah. I mean, even on that Thursday and Friday before, they were like, hey, can you do this 2 hour? And I'm like, I mean, I said no, mainly because I was doing schoolwork.
Mm-hmm.
But when I looked at their postings, they were like playing outside and it was like rainy or like, you know, those things were falling. So I'm like, uy, qué bueno que dije que no, because like I would have been dying, you know, like, no, nomás de verlos a ellos, like, yo ya me resfrié, you know?
I mean, yeah, there was a bunch of videos of people still working, like, on Facebook.
Wild, yeah.
Where, yeah, dude, they're playing outside, and they're playing for penguins. Like, straight up penguins are like, you know, but no, it was that cold, you know, and people were still working in those conditions. And the first thing I'm thinking is, how'd you drive there, bro? Because, like, the roads were icy. I mean, I have a...
Es con la bendición de Dios, bro. Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
He's like, what? I mean, I have a 2-wheel drive, like, truck, right? And like this would have been the only time that I would have used the 4-wheel drive on my truck if I got, that. But I live in the city. I was always like my truck looks like an off-road truck, but it's not. It's a 2-wheel drive. But when I bought it, I was like, I live in the city. Where the fuck? There are no mountains here. There's nothing to climb. Like, why would I need the 4-wheel drive? And then the winter was like, Aussie? Yeah. Because we went like right here to the park, dude, and just driving up over there, my truck was like, I was like, highway, I was like, any little like hill, got you, and that's what sucks about the ice. Like, you can't really accelerate at an angle more than 30 degrees or something like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't pick up the traction, you know what I mean? So I can't imagine, people driving in those conditions to go gig. If y'all did, shit, because that was the big thing too. Like, a lot of our gigs canceled because people lost heat. People lost the fucking water. The people had to boil water here in these areas.
That was for another thing though. There was like a parasite in the water.
It's because it was so cold that the plants that treat that water, they weren't working properly.
Oh, okay.
So the water,
was dirty water, basically.
Yeah. I mean, that didn't happen to us. Luckily, like we didn't have to boil shit. Either that or like when I was
boiling it to like make coffee or like stuff like that, like warm drinks, So I was still doing it.
It's just warm bacteria, bro.
Let's look at El Sabor. I'm like, no wonder it tasted different.
I'm like, this water tastes like shit. ¿Por qué?
It tastes like the water from school.
They had those boil waters in place. Like you have to boil the water before you drink it. I guess one thing I saw was like, if you drink from the manguera, like you don't have to worry about the boil notice.
Oh, that was me, bro.
Because like I drank from that shit. It was delish.
We had that in elementary school. We had like a whole llave outside, and that's what we used to drink.
There was always that fucked up llave where you turn it on and it doesn't have a hose and it just fucking like splurts the water. It's like
that's what we did. Every time in recess, we play soccer. Ya cuando acabamos, we're like.
And there was always that one kid that would put his mouth over the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, whoever that kid is, he's in jail right now, bro. Like, whoever kid that was, they're in jail right now. That or they got like a couple cases that they're in court right now for. But, like, it's like, bro, like they were drinking like the people from Pawnee, like their whole mouth around the whole thing.
Yeah, so there was a kid that used to do that with us in elementary. Like and he was sick. I remember this one time he was just sick. And I remember like we're all just like in line, we're talking or whatever, and then like this guy just like he's like slurping on the water, and then at the end he's like, and he's like does this, and we're like, damn, bro.
You don't know what germs are yet,
yeah,
so you're just like
no pasa nada.
Yeah.
And then that's how I don't get sick anymore.
He's like, and that's and that's how I got a fever the next day.
And that's how I don't worry about the coronavirus.
Yeah. No, but it was very crazy weather. Like I told Victor that day, I was like, I don't think we're doing the podcast here, because like,
oh yeah,
you were even like, me la quemo, like I'll still drive out here. I don't care for the pod, bro. And I was like, no,
you're wild.
I was like, you're wild if you're doing that shit. I was like, see, if you want to fly here.
No, I would have said no. If you say like, okay, come over, I'm like, no. I was just kidding.
It was crazy, dude.
I was bluffing.
I was like, right. I was like, well, if you're not coming, you're gonna have to call in sick. Use one of your fucking like
sick days.
Yeah, dude, because there's a bunch of like people that were still going out to work, and it's kind of
had to work.
And that's the thing. Like my dad didn't go for his job for like 2-3 days, but they were already calling him like, hey, you got to go to work, and I'm like, is it really worth it? Like, who the fuck wants to work right now in these conditions? Like, you can't. Like, it's first of all, it's dangerous. That's
especially where your dad lives, because I mean, I don't want to give any information, but he lives in a street that's like on a hill, basically.
Yeah. No, yeah. Northside. I mean, Northside in general. I mean, Northside is the school on the hill. Is where we live in that area of Northside. There's a bunch of hills, so you go a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, you live in Northside, like you're living on a hill, so So once you drive far enough out of Northside, you're driving like down.
Yeah. Or if you come into Northside, you're driving up.
Northside, you're going up.
Yeah. So I mean, it's risky. I mean, a lot of people don't. Like managers and people. That's what sucks. That they kind of get you. Then they're like, even mariachis, dude. They'll be like, the boss will be like, oh yeah, we have an hour. It's like, we can't go. I'm sure there are some out there like motherfucker like
Yeah.
I
Oh,
booked this gig.
that too. Like for us, like we always bitch about the cold, but our boss is made different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has more resistance to the cold. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's a man, I guess. So like, cause it would be like I don't know 40 degrees outside, and then we're like, dang, it's cold. And then he's like, y'all cold? Like in Frío, like he's just like we want to wear like jacket or something, and he's just chilling. He's like dancing or singing, like sin problema. So when he said, "Hey, I might cancel the gigs on Sunday because it's too cold," it's too cold.
Yeah, that
like
is too cold.
if he says it's cold, it's because it's really cold.
Yeah, the conditions aren't in the best. It's not the best conditions to be out right now.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because that Valentine's Day, we had serenades lined up. We don't really work on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day kind of becomes like a normal day for us. Like
it's just more serenades.
Yeah,
we had like 3 serenades, right?
Yeah, we had like 3 serenades lined up for that morning, and then we didn't end up going because I don't know if was it our boss that canceled them or
our boss canceled them.
He canceled them.
Saying, like he canceled them because he thought it was too cold. So it was really cold for him to cancel.
Yeah. I mean, the conditions are good enough for mariachis too, and there are some people I'm sure that played, and the client still didn't give a fuck and let them play outside. I'm sure that happened, bro. Like,
never mind, that's a different thing. But like for me, like my instrument was freaking out.
Oh, at that one gig, right?
Because I was trying to tune, and then like my bass has pegs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm tuning one peg, and I'm guessing it's because of cold, because it's never done that before.
Yeah.
Like that bass is pretty much in tune.
Yeah.
I would tune one string, and then like otra que nada que ver. Like it's not even because my knuckle touched it. It was just like all you hear is like boom, boom. Like you heard like the other one just come out. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Like
bro?
you get one tune, and the other one's like.
So I was making people wait because I had a tune, and I'm like, es que tiene miedo, es que está nervioso.
Right. He's like, help.
Yeah.
No, the guitarrón starts freaking out. I mean, anybody with pegs or like violinists, I'm sure too, we with our wooden instruments, the wood will expand or it'll tighten up, and that changes your whole fucking tuning.
You can crack your instrument.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll crack your instrument too. You're especially because our instruments are even like, hey, I thought we lived in Texas, bro. Like,
yeah. And especially, I just got mine too from Cali, so it's like, okay, I just got used to Texas.
Completely different.
Now you're sending me to Chicago, bro. Like, no.
The instruments are like, Momata. we.
It's like, this ain't worth it, bro. Like,
the fucking tuners are like, we. No, but it's because it's a
different weather, man.
It's nothing we expected, the blizzard or whatever pretty much lasted that whole week. Just on Saturday, I think was the first day where everything was actually starting to melt. Like everything was pretty much gone. Like now, like I told you, it's 70 degrees today. It
was like a bad dream.
I saw a tweet on Twitter that said that I was like Texas really went back to its old its normal weather to make us think that shit never happened. Like we
toxic.
Toxic as fuck, dude. Because like we really went through this very. I mean, we're kind of making light of the situation, but it was bad. Like the houses. I know several people, especially down south. I saw a lot of people on Facebook. They didn't have heat. Didn't have water. They didn't have insulation. Like there were like apartments.
People died because of that.
Yeah, in their dorms. They're not made for these types of weather. So like there was floods, pipes bursting. A lot of shit happened. This past week. So we're very fortunate enough to, at least us, we didn't go through something super bad. Like you said, your heater was just in chinga, fucking working hard.
It's like, get up, bro. Get up. It's like, can't do this no more, bro.
He's like, you better get up. We got 5 more days of this shit.
Yeah.
Like even
this is day 1, bro.
You better get your shit straight.
It's not even the worst day. The worst day was Monday.
Yeah, it kept getting progressively worse. But yeah, I mean, it was. We're making light of the situation, but it was very bad.
Sucked.
It fucking sucked. Some. We were fortunate enough to we didn't lose power. People lost power too. We just kind of braved through the cold here, and we made sure that we were safe, our families were safe. That's all we can really do. But man, it And like I said, now everything's back to normal.
Yeah.
We're probably not gonna get any cold weather past this. You know, Texas is just like that.
You burst the pipe?
No, none of our pipes did anything either. So we were very lucky there. I know yours did, right?
Yeah, we popped one. My dumbass was outside looking for it and it was inside.
It's just very hard to pinpoint, like, diagnose those problems. You know, we're not used to it as Texans. You know, we're we're not even ready for tornadoes, dude, and that's what we're known for too. And here in Tornado Alley, and here in
Isn't that in Oklahoma? Oh, North Texas.
no, we in North Texas is Tornado Alley. Next week there'll probably be a tornado straight up.
I mean, it's gonna be like heavy thunderstorm next week.
And well, yeah, once spring starts, here in Texas, yeah, thunderstorms get crazy here. You know, I guess we're just choosing all the seasons here, all climates. I don't know, man. It's just kind of how it is here.
So we're going through some shit right now.
Help. This is a plea for help for you guys. Please help. No, but I mean, like I said, we got through it. We didn't work all that week. Some people were, man.
Were working.
Kudos to you guys, but man, be safe. God damn, because like I know for sure I would have been. They would have called me and I'd be like, nope.
I was like, money's not worth it if you're dead, bro. Like,
well, hang on, money is kind of worth it.
Not because if you can't use it. Shit.
Well, this weekend we didn't have. We had one gig, bro. Well, we didn't have shit. It got everything got canceled, and then we ended up getting one last minute, a gig. But you know, it sucks because when we have like this slow, I think this is the slowest it's ever been, like work wise, that I've been in the group. I can't remember, but it's rough because like when you don't have gigs, obviously your priority is obviously to get there and you play and everything. But at the same time, like I'm not getting as tired because like I finished the gig and I'm like, that's it. Now we go home. Like this is it. Like it was rough, you know.
But it's like I said before, you gotta like cherish these moments because once we get like 6-7 hours again, we're gonna be like, I'm tired, bro. Like
especially during the summer, dude.
I wanna go home. Yeah.
Because in the summer, like, the only place of comfort is the van because there's AC in there. Mm-hmm. You know, we'll go to the gigs where the people really don't care either, and they'll put us, you know, in the middle of they'll put us. Especially where the sun is. Like they'll have their little tents for them to sit down, and then they'll have us in the one corner. The sun is blazing hot. They're like, all right, play right there. I'm like, shit.
I'll throw hands, bro.
Yeah. So,
I'm tired.
Just like that.
I'm tired, bro.
That's true though. We gotta enjoy these slow moments until
picks up again.
Yeah, until it picks up again. Cause
we're just like next week, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be March.
Oh, that reminds me. It was your birthday. We missed your birthday. Yeah.
That's okay.
Victor's 12 today. No, it was last week, right?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I was in the whole thing.
Yeah, so we kind of forgot about him. We were like, oh, shit, what are we going to do now? Because you were at home. I was like, I hope you have a great day. And it's like you, like, todo cobijado hasta arriba in the cold.
Yeah, everybody was like, yeah, have a good day. I'm like,
I can't.
I have a coldest day.
Yeah, but it was your birthday. You feel older now?
I have canas now.
For real, you got more than me, dude. You sent me that snap, and you had like I could see like visible like 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, pinche Don Victor, way.
Because I got like this upgrade phone now. I got a better phone, so you can see everything now. I'm like, no.
In HD. Like they caught you in 4K.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, man, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's how I look. I look old.
Yeah. But I mean, happy birthday. No, it's too late. It's already
very late. Yeah, send me happy birthday at Burros. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, you got a cake. Congrats.
Thank you.
They like you. I was like, give me some of that cake, bro.
I did.
But not that one.
Oh.
The other cake. I guess we'll get into Charro motherfucking chat. Charro chat. Charro chat. Charro chat.
What's with enthusiasm?
I always have enthusiasm. That's how we make the podcast exciting for anybody listening. Exciting.
Do I
read
them or you read them?
You read them.
Fuck.
Ask questions.
I The VG33 asks, "Are you guys alive?"
I think
I'm like, yes, but no.
We did get some messages from people because people know we're from Fort. Oh, hopefully they know that we're from at least Fort Worth or Texas.
Nice of you guys. I did get one. I got one text that because of CharroBeans. They were like, "You guys good?"
Yeah.
I'm like, that's. So nice.
It was after the big crash because I mean, you don't know who's out and about, you know, in Fort Worth, and especially you hear Fort Worth, like you never hear about Fort Worth. You always hear Dallas or North Texas or whatever, but you don't hear Fort Worth. So when Fort Worth is in the national news, you know, it's a big thing, you know.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you guys checking up on us. You know, luckily nothing happened to us. Prayers to those who got affected. But yeah, we are alive. We can keep going with you guys here on CharroBeans. Just keep listening. What's next?
Wait a minute.
The fuck is this?
There goes a bitch.
Wait.
It's because I'm getting some messages on the top request, and I'm like, I don't know. It's because they send like questions in a message thing. Like someone sent them right now. They won't load, so I'm gonna keep asking the other ones.
Yeah, ask the other ones first.
Sean 1 responded to your question sticker. Oh, he's like, talk about the coldest gig you've ever done, funeral or virgin gig.
It's funny because we were just talking about playing in the cold or like not playing at all this during this cold season. I do remember one time playing at this one with Allende. Went to this gig. They had a tent and they had us outside the tent. Those fuckers, right? But it was cold, dude. I mean, to the point where I could not feel any one of my fingers, right? So, you know, playing rancheras or whatever, like you can use the pick, you know, to just kind of, but you can't feel anything in this hand, like at all. Like when you're that cold, you don't feel anything in your hand anymore. So when they ask for a song, that it doesn't sound like run, it sounds like, you know, your hand doesn't function anymore when it's that cold. But it's like, bro, like if you have a tent, just put us in there. Like you guys are good, but us, you know.
They're like, nope.
Do you remember a cold gig? That was the coldest one for me. I don't remember I wasn't looking at the temperature, but if you told me it was -40, I'd believe you.
I think the one that I remember, I think there's no, the one I felt really cold, that every time I remember it, like it gives me a little bit of PTSD, is this last Virgen. Remember we went to that place in the middle of nowhere, and then it was already getting dark, so it got even more cold. And then we were getting our stuff, and they had like a little altar outside for La Virgen.
Oh yeah.
And then they're like, no, pues toquen a La Virgen unas canciones. And I'm like, what? Like,
I thought we were gonna play in that weather.
Yeah.
We played a couple songs and like I don't know how cold it was, but yeah.
I remember I couldn't control my shivering. Like that's how cold it was. Like my whole body was just like, bro, like shake.
It's also because Victor has like 0.1% body fat, so like he doesn't have the facilities to keep himself warm.
Facilities, man.
Yeah, so like you know, someone like me, I got a certain amount of thickness. That's like think of it like insulation on your house. The more insulation you got,
I'm gonna take this house and Sammy's house in Chicago, I guess.
and like if you think about like a house, you know, you got more insulation, you got more central heating. So
it's like bare for insulation.
So I got it on lock, but Victor over here he struggles. So
I mean, I think it wasn't cold for you that game.
Which one? That one? Yeah, I mean it was. Yeah, I mean still. But
what do you mean still? Even Saul, I could even see Saul like shaking.
They're like,
yeah.
Yo sé bien que estoy afuera. Yeah, that was the coldest one.
Oh shit.
What else?
Emiliano 456. What was the fanciest gig you went to?
Fanciest? I don't. What does that mean? Like playing for the president or something? Because I never played.
Whatever's considered fancy for you.
I felt fancy when we went to one gig. It wasn't as fancy. It was more like we went to this corporate gig. And we showed up. We were fully expecting to play an hour because that's what we gave them the price for an hour and they were cool with it. Yeah. We walked in, we played 2 songs, and we each walked away with steaks and $100.
Oh shit!
And I was like, shit, that's it.
What do you mean that's it?
Like, and then like, well, at least like let us play the whole hour. They were like, no, you guys are good. Like I said, it didn't feel fancy, but they had steaks from like, I don't know where they're from, like Outback Steakhouse. I was like, that sounds fancy to me.
Yeah.
I'm from Northside Fort Worth, so like, fancy to us is like when you pay like over $20 anywhere. You know what I mean? Like that's fancy to me. So like, we all walked away with steaks, bro. Like Outback Steakhouse steaks. Cool. And we all walked out with $100, and we played 2 songs. Shit was dope. I was like, that's cool.
I remember what group it was with, but I remember when we were playing there, like, we got like champagne.
Oh, they gave you champagne? You tried champagne before?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Like, you know, like in those fancy glasses and everything. But I was freaking like, con la pinche cerveza, güey. I'm like, no. But it was pretty fancy. Like, everyone was having a good time, and they were like, comían con clase y todo. And I'm like, I'm like, no tienen tacos. So yeah, that was that. I don't remember what group it was. I was very young, but
you should have gotten the champagne bottle and didn't like the NASCAR. They're like, just fucking sprayed.
I think someone did that. I don't know. It was a long time ago, but I remember it was very fancy, or I considered it very fancy.
Yeah, we don't know what fancy is because we don't really do fancy things. We're not rich.
Yeah,
I wish I was. What else?
This is from Sandia 56. She said, "Obvio los charros son un regalo de Dios."
¿Qué?
Obvio los charros son un regalo de Dios.
That's not a question.
I don't know, bro. She said, it says here, responded to your question sticker. I don't know about that, though. The guy Merrick responded, do you think Mariachi will evolve to include modern looks such as piercings and colored hair?
Modern looks?
Yeah.
Well, he said piercings and long and colored hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people are already doing that.
Yeah, people are already doing that. And I feel like Mariachi, like anything, evolves. I mean, if you look at, who was it? Alejandro Fernandez that would wear like a leather suit?
Oh, yeah. He even played with Armonio once, too.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because like the real traditionalists will be like, you have to have your moño on always. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to wear your shirt like this. But it's like all these guys that like sing, they'll be out of attire. Chente will not wear a moño, you know. Not to say that it's right or wrong, but I'm just saying like there's variations on that style. You know, people will do their own thing when they sing. They'll go up to sing, and the who was it? Yeah, Alejandro Fernandez too. He had like a mohawk for a while, or like a faux hawk looking thing. You know, that's not traditionally something you see on a charro, you know. But he's over here making his whole life on singing Mexican music, you know. To bring up Cristian Nodal, if you look at him, he's all tatted. He's got like a whole sleeve on the side of his arm, and you know, and everybody loves him. He sings mariachi, you know. So I think little by obviously with anything, you keep the traditions alive by doing, you know, what we do already, which is playing all those that same rep, singing those same verses. But like with anything, it needs to evolve. So accepting, you know, things like piercings and colored hair, you know, everybody shows off an expression of themselves, you know, through the outside, you know. So if that person is like that, you know, they can choose to wear it in mariachi. I mean, who are we to say something about that being bad? You know what I mean? It's gonna be like the straight up traditionalists that'll be like,
yeah, they'll give their opinion. I mean, they can't do anything about it, to be honest.
That's the thing too. They'll give their opinion just to give their opinion. Yeah. And like some people will hear it and agree, and then other people will disagree. You know, a lot of the times those people just want to be fucking heard. Yeah. So they'll just be like, "Oh, like nah." I mean, we're talking about this real quick. We'll talk about this real quick because you were talking about it. There's a video on YouTube of Roberto Morales, making a guitarrón. Like it's Mariachi Vargas comes to Roberto Morales, who doesn't know Roberto Morales makes or made. Pretty much the finest Mexican mariachi instruments, you know, that mariachis around the world play. So he made guitarrones, arpas, vihuelas, golpes, you know. Anyway, there's a video on YouTube where he's like kind of like shows off how he makes the guitarrón, right? He goes through all the steps, you know, and like how he built it. It's a super old video. What is it, like the 80s or something?
Like 90, 91.
Something like that, yeah. So he's like making the guitarrón, and then eventually Vargas comes and they play there at in his house, and they play, using his instruments and stuff. Point is, in the beginning, Roberto Morales has like a voiceover, and he's speaking, and he's talking about how he's making the guitarrón, right?
He's narrating what's going on.
Yeah, he's like, aquí estoy cortando aquí el pedazo y le estoy poniendo el pegamento.
They're also quiet. Even Victor's like,
they all talk like that. Yeah, but he's just talking about the construction of the Morales instrument. His original designs, and then and while he's doing it, Roberto Morales himself is narrating over that video. And you said that something. So like this video was posted on Facebook like recently. I saw it too.
Yeah, someone shared it on Facebook.
And a lot of people share it, because it's a big thing, because Morales made like some of the best instruments in history of mariachi, right? And you said that what?
Oh yeah, some guy like commented. He was very upset. He was like, ¿Quién es el pendejo que está hablando sobre el video? Like, obviamente no sabe lo que dice. Like, he's just like tirando barrio or something, Cause Roberto, he's trying to be funny, or like he's just talking,
Yeah.
So he makes little like snarky comments here and there.
Yeah.
So you can hear him. He's like, aquí estoy poniendo el guitarrón, se me zafó. He's like, échale Gustavo, like
he's like narrating it based on what he sees, right? So, but this dude felt the need to be like, bro, can that dude shut up? Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, dude, that's Roberto.
That's Roberto Morales.
That's Roberto Morales talking on that video, you dumbass. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, people just want to hear themselves talk sometimes,
that's so funny.
And then like they just give their opinion. It's like, dude, shut up. Like, just shut up. So going back to the question, like I feel eventually it'll take a while to get through traditionalists, like the colored hair and this and maybe piercings or different looks. But like I said, all the guys that represent mariachi currently right now, like on the charts or whatever, they don't look like traditionalist mariachis, so little by little those styles are going to be put into it. So like what else can you do? You know what I mean? Like you have to cherish the evolvement, right? And just kind of like be like, okay, this is something that they're trying. We'll roll with it. You know what I mean? That's how trends work. Like anything, not something that stays traditional all the time. Doesn't change. It just stays the same. And that's how mariachi will die when nobody can be like, that shit is boring. That shit sounds old. That's what sucks because that's what can happen. With mariachi, we're so traditional that maybe. Yeah, this is a whole conversation that I could have comparing to stuff. But point is, eventually that can be implemented to mariachi. Mariachi is changing every day. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Larry Que Uno asks, is Vic actually chilling now? Oh, I guess because of the cold. No, I get it. Like I'm chilling.
I
like
guess.
I'm chilling. Yeah, I am chilling now. You're real funny, bro.
Are there any more questions?
There's a lot of questions.
Do one more.
Do one more.
Yeah.
The disrespect. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened? Oh, Carla Grams, who's a good friend. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to anyone during a gig?
What's the most embarrassing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we've answered this before.
To me, it was that. Oh yeah, we have. I think we have. But there's a lot of other times.
For me, it's just like I've already said this.
What? Oh.
No.
What?
The one time where like my zipper was broken, my wang was out.
To me, it's always been like starting the wrong song. Like,
I hate that.
Because I've talked about that before. Like that one house. Arturo's like, see, that surprise. It's not a party. So we're gonna start going al son de la negra.
Oh, you told me. Yeah.
So right, I've told this before, but at the planta, there was another time, and it was also el son de la negra. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It was el son de la negra, but they also asked for Guadalajara, right? So like, right, Arturo del Bajon, and he's like, bam, but the way we start right away, right, on Guadalajara.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that song is in A, so like I think I start like on an E. They're trying to do a scale, so everyone's playing like a G chord, and I'm like E You know,
It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, like big ass Clash.
Yeah,
So
especially with the guitarrón, because that's like
because it rings. You know, like it's like something a negative like bam, ba-da, da, and I'm like me. You know, it's just like ringing the whole time. Like
you were trying to do like a dissonance kind of chord thing there, and just didn't work.
So it's like that's E minor 7 now.
He's like, that's an E minor 11 suspended 4/9 sharp.
Yeah, I think that's it for questions. I think.
Just
no, there's a lot.
Just go to one confession.
One confession?
Yeah,
there's
or one or two.
There's
depending.
a lot here though.
All right, go.
Oh shit! Oh, anonymous.
Anonymous says.
It's like, wait. Bomb ass 55-year-old lady took me home after the planta ones.
¿Qué? Say it again.
Bomb ass 55-year-old lady took me home after the planta ones.
A 55-year-old lady took me.
Bomb ass 55.
A bomb ass 55-year-old lady took me home after the planta.
Yeah, I'm like, ¿qué hicieron?
55. Is that cougar age?
Pretty sure.
Or is that like what's over cougar? Cheetah?
What?
I don't know. A lioness? Because ancient.
Still.
I mean, 55. I mean, it depends.
It
depends. You know, nowadays girls be getting like Botox and stuff. So now I don't know.
I don't think that's the point. But
did
point
she say she was 55?
Point is, you're wild, bro.
How you do that? I mean, what happened? Y'all played checkers or something?
What's up with all of you guys sending like stuff like I went home with a girl? Like,
I bet her house, if she's 50, it had to smell like smoke. Old ladies like to smoke. She probably had a cat. She had a jar full of candies. Dark chocolate. Probably.
Point is, you're wild, bro. Like,
I'm trying to think of what kind of woman would go through this. Let's see.
She has those phones where you have to be like
the circle phone.
Yeah.
She's got a pager.
She's like, oh, I gotta call 911. Her whole house is on fire. She's like, okay. There's this other one that's says during the chamba, cuando llaman la canción, I've told the rest the wrong song.
On purpose?
No,
that's some evil shit.
No, I don't know. It doesn't specify if it's on purpose.
If it doesn't specify, that means it might be on purpose.
Why would you do
that? Maybe they're evil. I don't know. They're probably thinking like, I'm gonna ruin this man's whole career.
There was a part with Allende when I started playing with them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time they asked for Yo sé que te acordarás. And I remember like some guys were saying en la and some other guys were saying en si bemol. So like
the key was off.
So like me, yeah, and the vihuela player, we started like in la, and then I remember the two trumpets were in different keys. Like I think Arturo was in one key, and then the guitars, because we had two guitars at the time, like they were in their own key, and then like the violins were in. So it was a whole shit show where we all came in, you know, because there was so much like nobody knew what was the actual key.
Yeah,
after that,
so everybody was just kind of everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm like,
it sounded like a middle school band. Then.
Yeah,
you know, like where like the kids don't know how to be in tune yet.
What was the biggest dissonance? Cause
exactly,
it's an A and a B flat. They're like right next to each
exactly.
other, you know,
so like because like middle school kids, like what you know, especially like a band. That's why I compare band. They still don't know they're sharp like when they're on pitch right, so they're either flat or they're sharp. So putting them together just sounds like man, you know. So yeah, that's true.
It reminded me of that because some of us were like real seguros, like you know, it's nice.
This is the key.
That's funny.
Yeah,
but that's kind of not cool if you did that.
One more confession. Only have time. For
1 year ago, Mariachi Spectacular in New Mexico. I ran away from the cops with a harpist from a very famous group. Should I say the name of the group?
Does it say the name of the group?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh, from Nuevo Tecalitlan.
So a couple years ago at the, so is it Albuquerque?
Yeah.
So in Albuquerque a year ago, this dude ran away from the cops with Jarocho.
Yeah.
from Mariachi Nuevo Tecalitlan.
Jarocho's wild, bro. Like, have you met him?
I mean, I have, but he always has those big old eyes. Where he just like looks like psycho in a way. Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I remember I don't know if I should tell this story. Because there was a time
Nobody
where, like,
listens to the pod.
where like he was gonna get fired like on the spot because he was very like intoxicated.
Oh,
So
like before playing?
Yeah.
Oh,
So they told him like get your shit together. Like I think his name is Angel, the Trent player, the boss.
is he the?
He's like the manager, I think.
He's like the head honcho.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's like get your shit together, right? So you saw him with this cup of coffee, but it wasn't coffee. He was more alcohol. You know, like this guy did not give a fuck. He was just like he's like I'm here for a good time, alright? Like
not for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, it was that year that he used my harp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. He used your harp during the spectacular concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
So the whole time I was talking to him, he's like, "Yeah, if you guys want to come hang out, like we're about to have rehearsal," and I'm like,
"Me?
Yeah, like
me, just a kid."
Yeah. And then like he gave me like a little class, and then
for what
that guy just he smells of alcohol the whole time.
I mean, he was cool.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, but he's also very wild.
Yo, shit.
I think that's funny. Man.
I guess I don't know him that much. I mean, if he's running from cops,
yeah,
with someone else, I'm like, okay, so you're wild. You're telling me you're down for this kind of stuff.
Bro,
you know?
Pobrecito, we look him almost.
Hey, we said I was a good guy.
Yeah, he's a cool
he's not
guy.
in Nuevo anymore.
I mean, a lot of people are drunk when you see him.
Yeah, that's true. That's one thing you don't know. Yeah, if you guys ever meet like your idols in mariachi, they might be on the influence of something. So, but like I said, usually they're good people. Like,
yeah, they're cool guys. It's just I guess they've been doing this for a while and
they just got something about them. You know, like you're not completely sober. Like, there's something running through you. I don't know.
Where's your nose powdery?
There's just something about you, guy.
What's that red spot on your arm?
Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean like I said, a lot of those guys are cool though. I've never met anybody in mariachi that's been like bad. Everybody treats you pretty well, so that's cool.
It's because they're all very friendly.
Yeah, they are. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching and coming back. Hope you guys are safe.
Yeah, we're trying to get somebody for the next Zoom or the next was it interview for the episode. So it just depends on them if they ever respond. But hopefully we get that soon for you guys. And leave comments on here on this video. Leave suggestions for us. Leave any sort of comment or any sort of like. All of that, like I said, helps us out with more engagement. If you guys really like the show, like just that's what kind of keeps us going. You know, the likes and you guys sharing and just telling us that what you like what you're seeing. But yeah, it really comes out to you guys being supportive and you guys are the only ones that can really grow this podcast. So, like, subscribe, rate, follow, all that good stuff, and we will see you hopefully on a day that's not snowy.
Yeah, like right now.
Like right now. It's all normal and shit. But yeah, you guys take it easy. We will see you guys next week.
Love you guys.
Bling, 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 bling.
Yeah. Fuck. I feel like my voice was scratched with this one.
Oh shit.